Hello students, welcome back. This is Unit 4, Marketing Research and Marketing Intelligence. As we have discussed before, the goal of marketers is to create value for customers, right? And build those meaningful relationships with them. In order to do that, marketers need to first gain deep insight into what customers need and want. So customers' insight are going to come from good marketing information. So in this unit, we're going to try to understand how companies and organizations go about finding what customers want through the use of marketing research. Let's first define what we understand by marketing research. As you can see, is the process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data. And that data has a purpose, which is to help the decision makers, the marketers, the CEOs, the senior management are going to take decisions based on the research that we do. What I have shared here with you is a few key points, because you have to understand that when you're doing marketing research, it's just not about getting the data and transfer that data the way it is. It is about analyzing and getting conclusions out of it. It does not replace decision making, but what we are seeing is a trend where market researchers are seen as partners, and they get closer to the center of decisions within the companies. And then I want you to also understand what marketing research and marketing intelligence can be used for. A few examples I list there is obviously for new product development. You can do concept testing, product testing, and even market testing of a new product. And what you want is, when you're launching a new product, to understand what attributes are more important for the customers. And you can do that through market research. Obviously, you can also use it to forecast the sales of a given offer in the future. It can help you with the market share analysis and their sales analysis. It can help you to understand how good is your promotion effort or your advertisement effort, how effective it is. Is there a recall of the brand? How many times do I have to show my audience an ad before they actually can remember the brand? And of course, you can find and analyze a lot of information from the competitor perspective. So as a good definition, I capture in the blue boxes. This is all about managing marketing information to gain customer insight. And I found very interesting that in the old days, used to be a department called Marketing Research Department within big corporations, and more the names of those departments and the senior people that run those departments are moving to something like Kraft Food, called Director of Consumer Insight and Strategy. Really interesting. So, has the marketing research always been like that in corporate America? No, basically what we have seen is an evolution of just an ad hoc approach. Okay, I have this specific need, I'm launching a product, I need to know how good or how well it's going to do, to a more systematic approach, system-oriented approach, where obviously the technology has played a big role. So what we talk now is about the MIS, Marketing Information System, which basically has a number of sources. You have the internal company data, you have marketing intelligence, you have the marketing research inputs and databases that you can buy. So all that is run and analyzed through this computer hardware and software, and that provide with a dashboard and information that help the marketers to take decision. I have listed there a few of the top names when it comes to the kind of software: Oracle, SAS, Business Object, that is now a SAP company, and very interesting model, Salesforce.com, that is basically service-based and is sitting in the cloud. So as a conclusion, I want you to understand in this first part that what we are doing through this system is transforming data into information that hopefully it can turn into knowledge for decision makers. So let's spend some time going in detail into those four sources of information. The first one on your left, as we mentioned, is the internal company data. I don't want you to underestimate the information that marketers have already within the systems. Think that, you know, each of these departments, the marketing and sales, customer service, financials, operations, HR, they have existing data on the customer activities, supplier activities. This is very valuable. We talk about the process of data mining of that data. And if you think about it, also the information that the companies receive through the usage of their own website by the visitors. And just to give you an example that I found remarkable, Pizza Hut, everyone is familiar with Pizza Hut, right? They have information about 40 million of the US household. So now let me ask you, how many households do you think we have in the state for a population of approx 330 million people? What percentage is 40 million US households? Well, all those families have their information in Pizza Hut. That's pretty powerful. The second big source of information is what we call market intelligence. And market intelligence, in the old days, it was provided by companies that require a payment, right? Someone like Nielsen is step one of the leaders, of marketing intelligence, and it's obviously a service that you pay. But once again, thanks to internet, now we have access to this collection of information about consumers and competitors that we couldn't afford before. And I think I already suggest that you go to Google. Google Alerts is the name of the application, and you input the industry that you're going to be working for your project, and you basically can get a weekly or a daily email that is going to tell you all the relevant news that has been published for that industry. Again, in the old days, you need to hire a company that read newspapers and magazines for you, and they do the press clipping, and all that can be done now for free online. Third source of information is acquired databases, and once again, we have a number of them that you have to pay. Hoover's and LexisNexis. LexisNexis, the quality is excellent and is available for free through the library services for students. And the second set of databases that I really want you to visit and use are these ones. As you prepare for your project, please be sure you visit both the US Census, census.gov, and the Small Business Administration website. There is a lot of data and free statistics. And the final one is what we call marketing research, which is the effort, again, that either companies or consulting companies engage on the designing, collecting, analyzing, and understanding of data about customers, competitors, and the environment in general. So what we see under that group is the syndicated research and GD Power, right in our backyard, does this kind of research. They will go and analyze, for instance, customer satisfaction with car manufacturers, and they are not paid by the companies that they research on. This is a very interesting business model. They only get paid when those companies want to use their results on their advertisement campaign. We'll see this in class. The second type of marketing research companies can engage is what we call custom research. Companies have a specific problem and they decide to hire an external company, David Research in Calabasas is a good example, and try to solve a very specific question. When we talk in detail about this marketing research process, the last one we mentioned, when you have a question at hand and you don't know how to answer, we engage in this process, and I break the process into a design phase with things that you can do in front of your computer, and then the execution part where you actually go out in the field and you collect the data, you analyze the data, and you report back into the results. This is a very important distinction, and I found over the semesters that the students confuse these two big groups. We talk about secondary data, for data that had been collected for some other purpose than the problem at hand. When we talk about primary data, it's information that we are collecting straight from the respondents to answer a question that we have at hand. Let me give you an example. Let's pretend I'm trying to manufacture a new sneaker for teenagers. And these new shoes require some information to try to understand the optimal design. The first thing I want to do probably is try to understand the strength of the sneaker market into the target population. So what I'm going to be doing is look into some of the databases. I'm going to be going to LexisNexis to learn about the industry. I'm going to go to census.gov to try to understand the demographics of my target population. It's all information that I can find already there. However, if what I want to know is feedback of the specific design, this prototype that I now have in my hand, where I have put the laces on pink and this kind of design, what I want is first insights from the respondent. I'm going to get a sample of my population and put my prototype in front of them. In that case, I'm engaging in primary data. Okay, so we talk about desk research when we are just looking into information that has already been extracted before, and I'm talking about field research. British like to call it field research, when I'm actually going out of the building to ask my target audience. Within the secondary data, we like to obviously look first into internal sources, just to be sure that we don't have the answer sitting in our computer. And if not, we go out to external sources. And obviously, some of them could be free. I just give you the example of census.gov, or they could be paid. When we engage into primary research, because we cannot answer our research question, we can engage in either exploratory research, which is basically qualitative research, and this is some of the methodologies. I can do in-depth interviews, focus group, projective technique, case study, ethnographies. You remember Paco Underhill, he was engaging into exploratory research at the point of sales. I can get involved in descriptive research, and in that case I'm using quantitative data, which means that I can extrapolate the results of my research to the overall population. And the third kind will be the causal research, where I actually trying to establish correlation and understand how the variable move depending on activities over the other variables. And of course, both can be done in-house or can be done by an external company. So I hope this was a clear intro. I encourage you to read the book, and I'm looking forward to class time. Thank you.